The year is 2000. The Israeli Broadcast Authority decides to send 4 brave and open-minded youngsters as their representatives to Stockholm, Sweden. Never before had a promotion video for Eurovision included gay kisses and never had any lyrics alluded to masturbation with a cucumber. How come Israel as a country changed its opinion about their representatives and later wanted to ban them from competing? Was it all a provocation, or did they actually have a very important message to the world? I am Emil Löfström. This is Eurovision Legends. Yalla balagan! Shalom, Roy Arad from Ping Pong.
Shalom.
Can I call you the brain behind Ping Pong?
I don't think there is one brain. We were too smart. Too many brains. This is an Israeli problem. Everybody is a general and there is no privates. The 4 people of the bands are very intellectuals. So I don't take responsibility as the brain. We are 4 stupid people.
And in the group then, we talk about the redhead Yifat Giladi, the topless Guy Asif.
Yes.
And the blonde bombshell Ahal Eden with the shortest skirt that a Eurovision stage has ever seen.
You can say that they saw her kidneys. Or 83 songs was sent into Israel Broadcasting Authority, and Sameach was one of them. And I know that the jury members said that your song was the best of a big bunch of bad ones. I think the song that we sent before, it was a sketch, So I think the first sketch was without the C part, which I think it's the best part of this song. This is the most musical part, like in ABBA style. C part is also the one that put us in trouble, because we were talking about politics there. I think most of the songs that were better in the bad songs were very conventional. And before Dana International won, so they decided that, okay, the bizarre thing, they want something that is very special and bizarre, so let's take this weird thing, better than to take like a conventional song. But it was a mistake, of course, because we lose. I remember when they interviewed the people after they choose us, they explained it. They wanted something that is more special.
I read somewhere that you sent the worst song you had.
The other songs, if you know the album, were much more musical, and we choose not the worst song that we had. I'm very proud in the C part, but we sent a song that it was less than 3 minutes. This is one of the reasons we sent it, Send something that is short, so we can use it. And I think Mar Israel, we saw they think to send this, but it was 4 minutes, And I think it was like sketch that we did and sent something and said, okay, we will send it. There is no chance, like you make a lottery. And then it was like a joke that they choose us,
Funny that you mention Mal Israel, because that's my favorite song on the album. And we will talk about the album. But first, you made big headlines over Eurovision sites really early. And they came when you released the music video for the song.
Yes.
And for those who haven't seen this, you sing with cucumbers. You wear a keffiyeh, which in Sweden we call a Palestinian scarf. We have some gay kisses. You waving with Syrian flags in it. And it all begin with Guy Asif blowing his nose.
Yes.
Tell me about this music video.
After the Eurovision, people said that we cheated everybody and put flags of Israel and Syria. This was a big issue, but we did it in the video that was broadcasted in the channel, So there was no difference, And also the kiss was in the video. So all the things they were very angry, they were broadcasted before, so why to make a big scandal about it? Mostly you are one time, so we want to give all the information. So we wanted to, to have kind of a gesture to the gay community. Because in Israel, the people that like Eurovision are mostly gays, and religious people also like it, So we wanted to show something that is very progressive. So we did this kiss, and we wanted to show a piece that we like peace, because we live in Israel, and started to write this song. There were a lot of talking about peace between Israel and Syria. Something that if it was happen, all the history will change. Maybe Assad would have been different. All the world could have been different. No Al-Qaeda, no Daesh, if it was peace between Israel and Syria in that time, and they were fighting on only some kilometers. So it was, all the history can be very different. Gurka?
Yeah.
You're Swedish?
Ken?
Gurka, yes. I think the Swedish really liked it. But in Israel, I think, I told it before, like that Eurovision is serve something different, like it's serve like kind of a revenge after the Holocaust or something on the Europe. So it should be very serious and about survival, songs. A lot of songs in the Eurovision is about survival, like Chai or For Chaza. Like I'm alive, things like that. And כאן נולדתי,
אחרי שנים 2000 כאן נולדתי, כאן נולדו לי ילדיי, כאן בניתי את ביתי בשתי ידיי, כאן גם עדיין.
It's very patriotic, so we wanted to do something a bit different. So I think we'll give all this information about peace, gay culture, and humor and sex.
For me as a 14-year-old, you are heroes. We go to the lyrics of Sameach, and it explains about a girl in a kibbutz that is depressed because her love is in Damascus.
Yes, it's a love between a girl from a kibbutz. Ahal is from a kibbutz, by the way, very close to Syria, and a guy from Syria, very Tinder. I think we were before Tinder. It's something very special because nowadays you can have a love stories between countries by Tinder. We should sue them.
I read from the lyrics here. אני רוצה מלפפון. I need a cucumber.
Very, very good. You said it very good.
Lovely. Why does she need a cucumber?
It's very Freudian, to talk about cucumber, It's like, it's about sex. And also, I will אגמור ממש בבום. It's like I finish in a boom. It's also, אגמור is finish, and come in Hebrew, it's the same. Very sexual,
Yeah, because in later in the lyrics, she saying, אני רוצה לעשות את זו איתו כל היום, which means I want to do it with him all day.
Yes, so she wants to do sex all day, It was 2000, it was another time.
But the headlines didn't stop there, because when in Sweden you decided to wave with Syrian flags on the stage, and first all was good, but what happened?
They behaved to us like kids. They didn't want us to do it, They said that they will sue us. They show up any strengths they do that we won't do it. And they said that you'll go back to Israel, It's like a trip that the manager of the school said, okay, we are going back to home, But we knew that they won't cancel the first song in the Eurovision. It's such scandal. So we keep fighting about doing what we believe. And in the end, we did what we believe. It was without IBA logo. This is what the sanction. Oh no, nobody understand that, Just to show that they were against what we did. We are not representing IBA.
Exactly. And I know you get to the Assyrian Association instead of the Syrians. How could this happen? Who sent you to the Assyrians Association instead of the Syrians?
I don't remember who did it, but it was a very funny thing because also Assyrians, they really suffered under Saddam Hussein. So it was, and Daesh, so anyway, ISIS. So it's like, it was a scandal, that we wanted to go to the Syrian and we went to the Assyrian minority. I think it's make it more like a Spinal Tap style, funny mistake. But I also believe, people think that mistakes are bad. I think always that mistakes are more interesting. I'm very happy that we did it.
The prime minister in 2000 in Israel was Ehud Barak. What did he said about this?
I think he did nothing. He said nothing about it. But the left didn't like us also. We were too weird for the left even. They didn't say it wasn't like between the right really think it's embarrassed, in the center that we were crazy. And the left understood that we are not popular. So it just was quiet and didn't want to take responsibility to this. So it's weird because Ehud Barak should have been left and we were talking about peace with Syria, which it said that it tried to do. But people didn't, I think most of the people even didn't understand that we were pro-peace, they just think that we like crazy people that want to make people angry, but it was the opposite.
I understand that, but maybe that's...
I think Swedish understood us because, but Israelis didn't understand us. I take responsibility for that, but so I'm very pro-Swedish.
Let's talk about Swedish press, because the Swedish press, they wrote about you every day.
Aftonbladet or Svenska Dagblad, something like that.
Yes, that's true.
Also Expressen, there was Expressen or something like that.
Yes, you have very good memory. And I will say 3 big headlines here. The first one is that you would sing in Arabic.
We understood that if we will, we were really singing that we will win. It's like we wanted to win. It's people think that we wanted to fail, but we were such idiots that we thought to win if Arabic. But in the end, we did be happy. Maybe this was a mistake, If we lose, it's better to lose in Hebrew than to lose in English,
And I have that you said that you are more sexy than Gaddafi.
Yes.
And I also have that you accused the Swedish artist Roger Pontare of smoking.
Yes, that was. I'm sorry to say that I thought we were thinking that he was smoking dope, but this is very traditional smoking, and we just put him in trouble, which is also very. This is something that I really was sorry because we didn't know this thing. He was very nice guy also. Something that I just remember the smell that was very special. People remember smell more than other things. It was interesting smoke. It was much later. A woman that was in the Swedish Big Brother. She was very nice. She came to Israel and interviewed me, and then I told this thing. And then I called him. I think also wrote him an email that I'm sorry.
Yeah, the girl you talk about, her name is Carolina Gynning.
Yes.
But can we say that Ping Pong had more press conferences than rehearsals?
We came from a punk attitude, so we like to say that we do things very easily. I really believe in not much rehearsals, but we did too much rehearsals, I think. But also, I think I much prefer press conferences, than rehearsals, because people also have, you choose what you wear to the press conference. Nobody thinks what you wear for rehearsals, so it means something,
Did you have any favorites from the other countries in Stockholm?
I think I liked the Macedonian song. And the German song, although the singer was an asshole, Stefan Raab. The song was nice. I like disco, so it was very popish. I think in our time there were many, many nice songs.
Why was Stefan Raab an asshole?
It wasn't. We were like funny and we have jokes with him, and he was a very serious guy. I didn't like it so much. Other people were more nice, I think everybody thought that Stefan Raab and the girl from Netherlands will win.
Yeah.
They also put a lot of money on the girl from Netherlands. You should know what was the place of Netherlands that year.
It was 13.
13. She was a favorite. She got a big budget. I understand. She was also nice, But she was very stressed more than the others.
No goodbye. No goodbye.
In 2000, I was 14 years old, as I told you before, and was an extreme hardcore fan of Ping Pong. And through a CD import, I bought your album Between Moral and Fashion for 220 shekel. And in euro, we are talking about 55 euro, which was a huge amount of money for a poor 14-year-old in 2000.
Yes.
I still love this album.
Thank you.
You talked about before Hey Hey Mal Israel, which is a lovely song, and I will play it here. And also Jungalero, which means bullshit.
Jungalero, si si sofola vita, Jungalero, la mucha localita, Jungalero, Jungle bolero, Jungalumba, solisa vicarina, Jungalumba, lumba, 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 Jungalumba, Jungalero.
Can you tell me about this album?
We thought it will be very successful. I don't know. Now it's looking very foolish in the end. It started with me and Guy. We were walking in my house every night until the morning, writing songs. Then when we decided to record, we did it. Took a lot of time in the studio. So we were working on these songs we wanted to do kind of perfect songs, like Pet Shop Boys or something that they are sophisticated but also danceable. But I think all this scandal of the Eurovision and people that framed us as a bad joke and provocators, the album didn't get any attention. People just the company fired us. I think after the Eurovision, the single of Mar Israel should have go out if we win. But then the company, the label, really didn't like us, so he trashed all the singles. They didn't want to pay money for sending them even to the radio. I hope that maybe you can help them and give them the link, because you can hear it for free. You don't have to pay so much, 55 euro. But nowadays there was this new cover to old. It's another songs of the album. So I hope in somehow that people will somehow remember and have a new try to this album, maybe some years from now, because I think it should get more attention than what it got.
The song Skenim that we just heard, you sing that when you get old, you will travel to Sweden.
Yes, and we wrote it before the Eurovision. It was very funny.
Oh, you're very welcome. This CD we are talking about only sold 1,000 copies, I heard.
Yeah, something like that. I think even less, They print 1,000. I think nowadays it's 1,000. It's not so bad in Israel. But that time it was very bad, Because also they invest a lot of money on it, I told you about the many studio hours. People they lose a lot of money for doing this album.
But now it's on Spotify, and we will put a link on our Facebook so people can hear the whole album. How was it to go back to Israel with only 7 points and nearly a last place in the final? Did you felt like a defeated politician?
Somehow, but also I'm really regular to defeats, all my life. So for me, it's more natural. It's more my life is from losing to losing, so, and I'm happy with that, I think I'm like one of the most happier people in the world. So I think it's not about successful people. It's not about somebody that is not losing. It's about something that is like stand up very fast after he's losing and take the dust and keep walking. This is a success for me. Because losing, I can get kind of a curse that everything I do is losing. But if you ask people, I'm really in a good situation. So, but I'm losing always. Also my books are not selling, and my music, nobody put it in the radio. But I enjoy my life.
Are you friends today with your old bandmates?
Yeah, especially with Guy. I was just talking with him today, and Ahal I sing from time to time. And yeah, in fact, I'm less connected to her because she's mother, so she's less going, in the streets of Tel Aviv. But when I see her, I'm very happy. We didn't fight each other, but we had some kind of separation.
Have you performed the song Sameach since 2000?
I don't think so. It was a good song for Eurovision, but it's not my favorite song. I like the C part, of course, but also the producing. It's like this kind of touches of the piano in the songs. They are really special, and this is something that's not connected to me. It's like the producing. So it's like history, for me. It's like to do it now, it's like to do a cover songs. It's like a Hal song today, Zkenim. So it was also like a cover song to Zkenim, It's like somebody else's songs.
Are you still proud of your statement you did in Eurovision?
Yes, I'm very proud. I think we didn't want to hurt anybody, just opposite, to promote peace. I still didn't understand why people are angry about it. People that want peace with a neighboring country, like you are from Sweden, like to do peace with a girl from Denmark or a guy from Denmark. What's the problem, So, but in Israel, they took it very bad, and I'm sorry for that, because it's like it was very nice. People were also angry about us. So I don't want. It's like weird that you wanted to do something very good and people are angry. Because also I still believe in all the messages that we try to show people, the gay love or peace with Syria, and make fun with cucumbers and believe in orgasms, something like that, orgasm politics. So I still believe in these values. I will do it again, but I don't want to hurt people. So if there was some way to do it without hurting, it was better.
I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that Gayasif lost his work at Haaretz because of...
Yes, he was working not in Haaretz, he was working in the IBA. He was working as an editor of a culture program in the Israeli Broadcasting Agency. And I was also, I had a little sketch I did every week in like a musical program that I interviewed musicians with musicians. Then they fired us because they want to show that they are really angry, and but it's okay, For me, it wasn't like a big money anyway,
But were there any other replicas of this?
There were not much. We have our friends, so with our friends we were okay, but this I think were the worst thing that happened. But it's not so bad. Everything was much cheaper at the time, so it wasn't such a problem. And Guy also had his work in the newspaper that he kept, and me, so it wasn't like something that we lost our main salary.
I travel to Israel time to time, and I love to go to Tel Aviv, and I really hope that I will see you reunite someday.
Nice. We are not against like comebacks or something. We are not enough popular, we like to do it. It's stupid to do a comeback when 10 people will come, Maybe it's very ping pong to do.
It's 20 years ago that you performed Sameach on the stage in Stockholm. I really hope that you will get an opportunity to be more remembered in a good way than you have. I'm Israel Chai, and I think we should end this interview with Gaia Sif's important words from the stage in 2000. We keep in touch.
Thank you.
תודה רבה.
תודה לך.